Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm here with Melitza. Melitza, welcome to Facebook Live with the group.
Thank
This
you
is
so much.
Melitza's first time appearing on Luxury Travel Inspiration, and she is one of our fantastic team members at Boutique Travel Advisors. And she'll be presenting and appearing more frequently from time to time. And we're also here with our guest, Nicole, who represents St. Regis Aspen. And I think a lot of times people think about ski town for ski, but quite frankly, ski towns are some of the best locations for summer travel as well as spring and fall. So Nicole is here to inspire us about visiting a ski town any time of year. And she's going to share with us what makes Aspen unique and also what makes staying at the St. Regis such a five-star experience. Thank you, Nicole, for joining us.
Thank you so much. So excited to share about a destination that I just truly find magical. And like you said, people say, they come for the winter, but then they end up staying for the summer. And I am guilty as charged.
It is. It's truly a place where you go there in the winter times and then you start to envision what that place might be like in the summer, and you start hearing about people who maybe have a second home in that particular ski town, or they visit other times of the year, and you start to hear about festivals and events and what happens during the 4th of July, which is a ski town is a fantastic place to go for the 4th of July. Family celebration, and to really kind of create a sense of community. And when I think of Aspen, I do think of a more luxurious ski town. The shopping is fantastic. If you've never been there, it's a place where even if you're not skiing and you're with a ski crowd, I would not miss out on a visit to Aspen simply for the shopping, and the spa at the St. Regis is fantastic. So hiking, obviously, in the summer, and some of the more rustic outdoor activities such as ATVing. If you want to do like a group of couples, you might have the men do one activity and the women do shopping and spa. It is such a versatile place to visit.
Absolutely. It works really well for people of all ages, all activity levels, all interests. And, it really stems from the fact that Aspen was discovered as a mining town, and it didn't become a ski town until more recently. So there was a lot of culture and history, arts, music that really just developed in the area and has just stuck around and made it what it is today.
I agree. The music, if you're a music buff, you have to check out the festivities and the music events that take place in Aspen. And a lot of it's for outdoor venues, which is perfect this time of year. And Melitza, have you been to Aspen?
I haven't, actually. I've skied mostly in Arizona. I'm not the best skier, but I've mostly stayed up in northern Arizona. I've been to Jackson Hole. I went to Park City once when I was a kid, but I've never skied in Aspen. So I really wonder what makes Aspen kind of a unique ski town and different from sort of the other popular places that people go to winter as a verb, as they say.
Absolutely. So what makes Aspen so unique? First is, the fact that there's an ease of getting to Aspen. We do have a bunch of direct flights. Whether it's United or American, you can fly direct from Denver, Chicago, San Francisco, LA. And then this year we added a new stop to Austin, which is so exciting. And then once you land in Aspen, the airport's super cute. I mean, I think that we have 4 or 5 gates. So it's a very charming experience. And then it's just a 10-minute drive into town. So really easy to get to. And then once you're here, even though, our hotels in the town is at the base of Aspen Mountain, which is pictured on the left, you have access to 4 different mountain resort areas. So really, depending on your level of experience, there really is something for everyone. So for example, for you, I would definitely recommend maybe Buttermilk or Snowmass, which are the 2 that are going to be pictured to the right. And they're all within 20 minutes of each other. And, it is not just a ski town. It is truly a year-round destination, offering activities, like I said, for everyone. So I think that's really what makes it so special. Oh, sorry. I can keep going into all the different activities. My apologies. Yeah. So, also in terms of summer activities right now, something that I think is really fun is our Jeep tours. So if you're not an avid hiker and don't want to go hiking, and up the elevation, this is also a perfect way to acclimate because, we are at 7,000 feet. So if you take a Jeep tour, you can get the stunning vistas. And also at night, they will do dinners where there's live music. So once again, fun for all ages. And then of course, while you're here, you can't miss the maroon bells. The bottom left there, they are the most photographed mountains in North America, fun fact. And this year you do have to make a reservation. So all the parking tickets are sold out, but there's still some bus reservations and they're available from until October 17th. And then also this year they just redid Silver Queen Gondola. So there's brand new cables on our gondola. So that is why it is opening July 2nd. So definitely recommend going up to Ajax Mountain, taking in the views. There's live music up there and then really fun games for everyone. And as we mentioned, there's a lot of festivals and it's so exciting to see them all come back. We have our Jazz Aspen Snowmass coming back in just a couple weeks. The Aspen Music Festival, which everyone just absolutely loves because there's students from all over the world that come to practice music, play together, and then they'll just do pop-up events in town. And also we have Jazz Aspen Snowmass is doing a Labor Day experience. Stevie Nicks will be there, so really exciting. Our Food and Wine Classic is typically in June, but this year they pushed it out to September. Unfortunately, the tickets are sold out, so definitely keep that on your radar for next year. And then another really kind of fun local experience is the Snowmass Rodeo. Today is the first, not today, tomorrow is the first night of the rodeo. It's every Wednesday, so highly recommend getting everyone together. And if you want some local souvenirs, they do offer shopping afterwards, which is really fun. And of course, the St. Regis is in the best location.
It's fantastic. Like we have to pause for a minute and just look at the mountain terrain. Beautiful when it's greenery in the summer months and fall foliage, as well as obviously seeing those mountains filled with snows for ski season. It's just breathtaking.
Absolutely. And it's just right. That's our backyard. It's unbelievable. You're just steps away from world-class slopes, hiking trails, mountain biking trails, but then also fine dining and amazing shopping. I mean, it is kind of like the Beverly Hills of the mountains. Chanel, Gucci, you name it. It is all within just 5 blocks of the St. Regis. And then, of course, the dining options. I think that, one of my favorite things, because I used to come visit before I started working here, is the fact that, after skiing all day or hiking all day, the last thing you want to do is then have to get into a car and drive into town. Where here you can just go outside and there's just, I think there's something like 50 plus restaurants all within walking distance, and it's including Casa Tua, which is high-end Italian, or Matsuhisa. If you want something more casual, there's White House. Just so many options. I just love it.
That is so true. I mean, what's nice is you have the flexibility to walk and choose different restaurants. But again, some of these restaurants sell out. And so it's important to consider getting reservations in advance. And I think that's part of the planning process for many popular destinations, is that you have to choose your restaurants in advance. And there's an eclectic array of different restaurants to choose from Michelin star quality restaurants to very casual, rustic bar type atmospheres as well. So Aspen is a great mix of rustic, relaxation combined with luxury, from the ability to go to the rodeo on one day and then turn around and spend the next day shopping and spying at the St. Regis. So it offers just a variety within one vacation, whether that's a full week or a weekend getaway.
Absolutely. And now I can go into the rooms to share a little bit about the room types, and what to expect while you're on property. We do have 179 rooms. This is what an entry-level room looks like, Ralph Lauren designed. It's really supposed to feel like your own mountainside manor, right? Where you're just going to be cozy. It's your own little mountain home to retreat to. And something that I personally love as a dog owner is behind the bed there. I don't know if you can see it, is all the photos of dogs. And those are actually local dogs that the artist drew. I wish I had a little story about all of them. I'll have to ask them about it. But so extremely dog friendly. And we also do have, this is one of my favorite room categories. It is our Grand Deluxe King with a balcony. We only have 7 of these. We only have 4 kings and 4 with 2 double beds. We do have connecting options. So if you want this guaranteed stunning view of Aspen Mountain with this gorgeous balcony, it has 2 Shea lounge chairs with this little dining table. Highly recommend booking this at the time of booking because they do sell out quickly. As you can imagine, in all seasons, this is a really fun room to have, and it does overlook our stunning fountain courtyard.
And that's the Grand King Suite, is that correct? With balcony.
It's our Grand Deluxe King with a balcony.
Grand Deluxe.
Okay.
That looks like the Swiss Alps.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
It's 100%. Yeah.
And I think we've all really learned during this closure due to the pandemic that there is amazing opportunities to experience just as an authentic vacation that offers something different than perhaps where you live. For us, it's the desert. So to come into this lush, scenic environment that's filled with, aspen trees and, obviously cooler temperatures, you don't necessarily have to travel too far to experience a completely different scenery. And agree, like knowing what room categories are available and knowing that you have the flexibility to combine 2 rooms with this outdoor space, especially for families traveling with small kids. This is an added bonus to have this sort of contained balcony for, a young family where you have kids running around in a hotel room, and the ability to open the door and allow them to kind of, do an activity here out on the balcony with such a beautiful view, perfect for your morning coffee. And obviously when we ski and hike, we need some downtime too. I would love to just relax on this balcony scenery. It's just so breathtaking.
And it's not too far from Arizona. I feel like Arizonians go crazy whenever they see greenery because we're so used to seeing neutrals all the time. So it's quite a breath of fresh air, literally. Speaking of families, we do have a few honeymooners who are going to Aspen. I think a couple of them in the fall and then one in the winter. So I'd really love to know sort of couple activities. What would a newlywed couple or just, 2 people going to celebrate a special occasion, where would they find themselves sort of relaxing and making really special memories at the St. Regis?
I think, this is a great room option because if you can just envision yourself sitting out there with some champagne and just starting off a night there, I think is ideal. And then also on property, we do have one of our St. Regis rituals includes a champagne sabering every night in our fountain courtyard. Mm-hmm. So we could also set up something private just for them to do. So really fun experience. And then also I say that we have BMWs on property where they offer complimentary transfers within town, but then we also do BMW test drives. So they could take a BMW, we can have the chef pack them a picnic and they can go up to the Maroon Bells and have a picnic there with the picturesque Maroon Bells in the background. And honestly, if they wanted to do that, whether it was in the summertime or in the winter, we can do a private excursion on snowmobiles, which is really fun. So really kind of depending on how active they are, we can really find some really stunning mountains for them to go and enjoy, whether it's at sunrise, sunset, and where they can just really celebrate this momentous occasion.
Beautiful. I love that.
And we have a lot of, I know one of these couples that we're referring to, I mean, their wedding plans have been rerouted numerous times. And some people are planning their honeymoons for time periods that might be different than originally scheduled. And one of the things that we've seen to be a trend right now is these mini honeymoons before the grandioso trip. So a extended weekend getaway someplace domestically, and then 6 months later or a year from later, the couple is deciding on a bigger honeymoon that allows them to go overseas, which remains somewhat challenging right now. So anyone that really has postponed a big trip that they were planning overseas, something that has to be rescheduled, whether you have airfare vouchers or for some other reason, really look at finding an outlet here domestically that'll allow you to get that travel experience, the relaxation that comes with travel, the time together with whomever you're traveling with. And then, you're able to get that travel experience in place, and you can then probably anticipate that other trip that you had to reschedule with a little less frustration. I think it's important. I know I had a girls' trip that was supposed to go to Italy, April 2020. That, of course, was rescheduled. It's now been rescheduled 3 different times. And so in between, we've created some mini weekend getaways so that we can kind of compensate for the delay in that anticipated experience. And I feel like Aspen is by far one of the U.S. destinations that can really help people with recreating new experiences while their overseas travels perhaps are on hold.
Absolutely. And, this summer, I have to say, it's so great to see all the different celebrations of guests that are coming to town. And just, whether it was postponed or they just did it this year, they just can't wait to celebrate. And like you said, Aspen is such an easy destination for people from all over the U.S. to kind of meet to celebrate. And we're so excited.
And it is a property that is just designed for celebration, whether it's more of an intimate celebration like a honeymoon or families getting together for a reunion. And we work so closely with the St. Regis properties to really come up. I mean, you guys do a great job of allowing us to be innovative in some of the activities and special dining arrangements and ways that we can really allow our clients to have a unique experience, both on property and when they leave property for various activities.
And I think, that speaks to our suites, because our suites have been so popular this year, obviously with people that wanted added space, but also that added touch, because this is one of our 1-bedroom suites. The living room area does have a pull-out sofa bed. So whether, if you're traveling with small children, or, like a honeymoon couple that loves to have extra space. And then we also have our stunning presidential suites. We have 3 specialty suites. This is our presidential. So the creme de la creme, 1-bedroom suite with a grand piano, living room area, dining room, small kitchenette. And also all of our suites do come with the iconic St. Regis butler service. So if you haven't had butler service yet, definitely recommend it. They offer packing, unpacking, shoe shine, garment pressing, and then of course the coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. And I highly recommend the hot chocolate in the afternoon. Any time of year, it's always so great. So, our butlers really do just make it that much more special when we have families or celebratory couples coming to stay with us.
And, you may not be in the budget to splurge on a suite for every vacation, but I can tell you the times where I decided to pull that trigger, I never forget those experiences. There's something that makes a trip more unique when you can retreat back to a room that really feels like a home. because you're not utilizing the bed as your sofa and finding crumbs in places you'd rather not. It really opens up the room. And of course, you know, you can't do that on every vacation, but every once in a while, that splurge, it makes the trip far more memorable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, that brings us to our residence club. We have a separate wing of the hotel that's dedicated just to our 25 2 and 3 bedroom residences. And they really are a home away from home. They have their own dedicated concierge team, located on the second level. And as soon as guests arrive to the property, they're escorted immediately up to the second level for a private check-in. Then they are taken to the rooms that have these stunning full kitchen, washer, dryer, living room, dining area. And like I said, 2 or 3 bedroom. And what's really nice is the master bedroom will always have a king. And then the second bedroom can be a king or 2 twins. If it's a 3 bedroom residence, we have 2 rooms that are king beds. And then that third bedroom can be either 2 twins or a king. And, you know, this is, you know, whether in our concierge team, the second that you book your clients, they're just taken care of from the moment you book till the moment they depart. Anything that they could need assistance with, they're just truly such an incredible team ready to provide that service that makes it such a memorable experience, and that home away from home feel.
It's quite different when you feel like you're in a home. It's cozier. And again, with 3 bedroom configurations, that's something that 2 families could probably, you know, share a 3 bedroom configuration. And it also provides you more opportunity to congregate, versus people going back to their hotel rooms. There's just more opportunity, get some, you know, if there's small kids, get them to bed, and the adults have a place to congregate. And sometimes we'll have travelers that are in a group where one of the families kind of creates the quarters by, you know, choosing a villa, and that gives them kind of a meeting place for other couples who choose, you know, the more standard or suites that may not have, you know, the kitchenettes and as much seating. But it's so awesome to have a place where it's ski in, ski out. You have full amenities, the butler service, and the ability to turn the key and feel like you're at home.
Yeah. And what's also nice about, you know, whether you're in the residences, you know, and this is actually a great view, this kind of gives you an overview of the property, and the residences are located in that building on the right. And then the left building and the center building are where the hotel rooms are. So everyone has access to all the hotel amenities, whether you're in the residences or not, in the hotel rooms, obviously. But you have the stunning pool area. It really is a resort within the town of Aspen, where we have 3 hot tubs, all this lovely outdoor space where you want to go. The Fountain Courtyard serves our breakfast, lunch, dinner. Restaurants include the Velvet Buck. We have Mountain Social that does crafted cocktails in the evening. And then Chef's Club actually has rotating chefs. And this year we partnered with Dante's, which is a New York restaurant. So that is opening up within the next couple weeks. And we are just so excited to welcome them. They were actually at the base of Ajax Mountain this winter in the Snow Lodge location. And it was just such a hit. They have really great cuisine, whether you want just a really nice charcuterie and cheese board, to something, you know, more eclectic or fun, really something for everyone.
So tell us a little bit more about this concept. It's the Chef's Club, is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
So, does the menu change depending on the chef? Does it create that variety in the menu selections?
Well, so there used to be a time where the chef would rotate throughout the season. However, now we just have a different restaurant concept come in. So, for example, last year we had pre-COVID, Cogno del Sogno, which was an Italian restaurant from the Amalfi Coast. So that was more geared towards, obviously, Italian cuisine. This year, we're partnering with Dante's. So every year, we always try to partner with something fun, new, different to really bring to town, because all the locals also just kind of can't wait to see who's going to come into this space. So it really creates a
That's
fun
really fun.
vibe.
So it's kind of a revolving door of restaurants.
Yes.
I love that
Yes.
concept. And it just makes a second visit, a third visit, you have something new to anticipate, but at the same time, the expectations of the service is going to be top notch from trip to trip, which lends itself to repeat guests, of course.
Absolutely. And one thing that I haven't talked about, which is shocking, because definitely last but not least is our unbelievable Remed Spa. Remed Spa, it truly is the best spa in town. And even during COVID, it was awarded the Forbes 5 stars, which is an incredible feat, as you can imagine, with all the strict regulations that we had in place. And they just continually deliver exceptional service and offerings, with whatever life may bring them. They just know how to manage it. So they truly are such an incredible team, and we're lucky to have them on property with us. So definitely Remed Spa is on the list for,
yeah, and
it's a
I
must.
feel like a lot of times, particularly in ski season, I've done this with my family numerous times where we plan a trip and we want to ski, and we really just we overdo it. We ski all 4 or 5 days. And I think in hindsight, and part of it is getting, my husband to take time off work, not always easy, planning around the kids' school schedules and the activities. But I highly recommend that if you're there for skiing or all the other outdoor activities that are available throughout the year, that you allow yourself a true day off where your focus is on experiencing the amenities that are on property at the St. Regis, from the amazing 5-star spa to just relaxing in your room, enjoying the balcony, enjoying the poolside or the hot tub, and just truly relax. We all need that day of R&R, and sometimes we just don't allow it. And you've got this great property, and you got to have some downtime to really fully appreciate it.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And so to entice you even more to come, we do have some special promotions that are specifically for your clients. So if guests stay 4 nights or more, they can receive up to 10 to 20% off depending on the dates of stay. And that does include all of the special promotion signature amenities, which include daily $60 breakfast credit that can be used in our restaurant, The Velvet Buck, or in room dining, and a one-time $100 dining credit. It's not valid at Chef's Club, but it is valid everywhere else. A welcome amenity, and upgrade early check-in and late checkout based upon availability upon arrival and departure.
And these amenities really add a significant value for our clients. And having partner hotels via the Signature Travel Network, we're affiliates of the Signature Travel Network. And it's not just Aspen, we have several other St. Regis properties where we have that affiliation, along with other resorts and hotel chains. And these amenities really add a lot of value. I mean, breakfast is an expensive, proposition at a hotel, and to be able to know that that's included, complimentary, is a nice added bonus for our guests. And we may not be able to guarantee the room upgrades prior to arrival, and certainly if a hotel is in high demand and it's at full capacity, we're not necessarily going to be able to guarantee an upgrade. But if there are upgrades available, the hotel prioritizes our travelers because they really value our partnership. So keep that in mind. I mean, a lot of times we're so focused on clients coming to us with very complicated itineraries to Europe, and we have to remind them from time to time that there's an elevated service that we can provide them via our hotel partnerships here in the U.S. as well, whether that's a simple staycation in our own backyards to a quick flight to Aspen to stay for 3-4 nights. In this case, it shows that a 4-night stay has its added perks versus a 3-night stay. And that, like we talked about, gives you that day of relaxation. So I think sometimes when we plan a 3-night stay, stretching it a little bit by a 4th night makes a huge difference, because you're not rush, go, trying to do everything all at once in a really what happens with travel, it ends up being almost a 2.5 day stretch for planning activities. So it's a great, really looking at opportunities through our partnership to be able to stay, 2-3 nights for the same price as 2, versus in this case, 4 nights for the price of 3. Those are huge added bonuses that our travelers can receive through our hotel partnerships. Nicole,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. I think we want to end. Melissa, I think, has a final question to ask you, just to kind of gauge a little bit about your love for Aspen.
Yeah. So clearly you guys get all 4 seasons. Lucky you guys. So I want to know, what's your favorite season in Aspen?
The fall. I absolutely love the fall here. I mean, there's nothing like seeing all the aspen trees turn yellow, and it is like a golden blanket just covering the mountains. And I definitely recommend looking at coming in the first weeks of October, because that's kind of towards the end of leaf peeping season. But the prices are incredible, so you'll get the most bang for your buck when visiting Aspen. So definitely consider an early October trip to come experience the leaves changing.
Oh, beautiful. I love it.
Thanks
Can't
again,
wait to come
Nicole.
back.
And for those that are watching on the replay, if you have questions specifically related to Aspen or the St. Regis, our team at BTA will answer those questions. If we get a challenging question and we don't know the answer, we certainly have a great resource in Nicole to make sure that we get that question answered. So thank you for watching, and have a great Tuesday.
Thank you.